Alright, Gearheads, it's Friday, June 7th, and I'm trying to get an update video together for y'all here. Realize everybody's probably wondering what's going on and what's been happening. Let me get to showing you over here. I just got back from the power tour. Got all the lovely bugs on there. Man, when I ran through these bugs, I thought I was going through rain. As many that were hitting my windshield. Disgusting. Anyway, so I rushed off the power tour for the past 2 days. I met my buddy from Texas and a guy here with me. A couple guys here from local went up there with me. We hit it up in Birmingham and rode it up to Chattanooga. Well, I don't know if y'all knew, but when I put this truck together and put this engine together, I never put a fan on it because it was nice and cool out. It's got a big fat Be Cool radiator. But I knew I was going to the power tour and it'd be stop and go traffic with what, 6,000 cars or something. So the night before I went to the tour, I slapped a electric fan on there. Anybody watching my Facebook page has seen the pretty much step-by-step videos I was uploading as I did this. These are electric fans off of, what is it, Lincoln Continental, and they flow some air. Actually, I can give you a sample here in a minute. I'll hook it up. But somebody said about 5,000 CFM. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going off a number of what someone had said. But in the corners, I had to trim all 4 corners a little bit to clear the hose here. You can see that. Not the prettiest right now. It's a rush job, but I can clean it up later. These holes from where I cut, I'll go back here. I'll show you another picture on this side. I'll go back and fill them later with some foam. This side has a large gap down the side there. I'll get some foam padding or something to go in there and fill that with. But these fans push some air. So I got it trimmed up to where it fit. It fit pretty well, actually. Let me see if I can get further back so you can see. It fit the radiator well width-wise, especially for what some junkyard $40 fans. Lincoln Continental. They push some air. I'll show you. Well, if you can tell by noise. It's on low speed without even the high-speed wire hooked up, and then pushing some air. One of them's making a noise. Might have a bearing going bad or something. But like I said, it was a one-day job, quick rig. So I got to go back and remove the zip ties and make some actual mounts to support this, and also wire it into a relay instead of a alligator clip. But that got me by through the trip. We were in stop and go traffic for hours. It was like 2 days of driving and sweating with no AC. But these fans kept it cool. Well, I guess that fat radiator would help too. Alright, let's see what else happened. Since my last video, I've installed another muffler. I got the Flowmaster 70 series. They call it a big block muffler for some reason. But I like it much better than what I had. See if I can get you an audio clip. I don't know if y'all heard that whine right there, but my alternator's been whining. Sounds like a supercharger. A little rev. I also got tips put on that are a little bit larger. Here, let me throw a pop mystery quiz in for y'all. See if you can see it in here. See that? Right before my exhaust tip. How many of y'all know what that's for? Comment below and see if you get it right. That might be fun to watch y'all's responses. One more time. Alright, moving on. That's the truck. I don't think anything else has changed. Just got the fans temporarily, or first stage of getting them mounted, got them in there. Did the power tour. There's a lovely sticker. Got the new muffler on. The muffler 70 series I told you is actually a 2-in, 2-out single muffler. Some of y'all might not like that idea because it's only a single muffler. Everybody likes to have their true duals. It does have two true dual pipes, but come together for that muffler. Well, let me tell you my thoughts on that. I love the muffler. I love its sound. It sounds perfect. And that single muffler comes together, acts as an H pipe or an X pipe. So with the perfect sound, I'm not too worried about having only one muffler. Alright, that's the truck. Now on to the Squirter project. Everybody who's been following my videos knows about the Squirter. This is the Squirter. This is the engine that I had in my other video that was full of water. Took the plugs out and it was shooting water across the garage. And a couple other videos talking about it. We did I asked for help, for support, if y'all wanted to see this thing come together and run it on an engine stand to see what would happen if we took a 5.3 full of water, sanded out the 2 cylinders that had the rust in it, and put it together and fired it up to see what would happen. And I asked for support, help, donations if y'all wanted to see this happen, and y'all answered my call. Y'all must want to see this happen because we gathered, what was it, close to $400, $395, something like that, plus a PCM mic here. Donated a PCM flash for this project. And so since then, right now it's all duct taped up. You're probably wondering what's up with that. It's duct taped up because I pressure washed it, and I'm about to actually scrub it again here in a minute to get the rest of the crud off to get ready for paint. Let's see. Okay, from the donations I've already ordered and received. I had them laid out, but I put them up. We got the studs. We went with, in this box here, we went the eBay ProComp head studs. They're 60 bucks on eBay. They've got good feedback and reviews on LS1 Tech, and they're reusable. Stock head bolts for an LS motor are about $25 a head, which is 50 bucks. Torque to yield, you can only use them once, and they're trash. These things, I plan to use them more than once. I like to pay $10 more for something I can use again instead of just throwing something away. So that's the route we went with this for the Squirter project. Head gaskets, I went with the MLS. Let's see where they are. Oh, here they are. With GM MLS head gaskets for the project. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Got a pair there. What else? Got those ordered from, thanks to y'all for y'all's donations. About to go get a dingleberry cylinder hone and go through there and take the haze out of the hone, out of the cylinders. Try to cut them in and maybe help this engine last a little bit longer. I did paint the water pump pulley because it was nasty and rusty. I also clocked the neck. I might cut it down too in case we decide to run a Camaro style intake. This is a truck water pump. If you decide to run an LS1 or LS6 intake with the truck accessories, you have to clock this straight forward because usually it's turned to the left. See how it's about straight forward now? You just heat this up with a torch down here, put a bar in here, and then turn it the way you want it. Then it's also too high, so you go take a chunk out of the neck here, bend it down, and weld it. Also on my Facebook, I got step-by-step pictures of that happening also. Oh, I also ordered the nipple here that we got drilled and tapped into the top. That, good question. I wonder if that would clear an LS1 intake. I'm not sure if that would clear the throttle body on the LS1. But that right there is put there for the steam vent tube that comes off the crossover from the heads, so I don't have to run it all the way to the radiator. Keep it here, it's hidden, you can't see it. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place here with the updates, but I hope you're getting the gist of it. Just picked up the paint today. Yes, some people may want to call it Ford Blue when they see it on the Chevy engine. That's not what we're calling it. This is Water Squirter Blue. Figured I'd throw paint on it that matched the name of it. Water Squirter Blue. Yeah, that's my sense of humor. Should be a good conversation piece when you pop the hood and see a Ford Blue GM engine. Alright, I know every video I talk about how I need to clean my garage, and then every time it gets worse. I collect and acquire more parts. Got a bench there. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna put in my truck or not. Back window, I need a solid back window there. Need to get tinted. Need to put that on the truck. Also, I've had a busy week, so I just got back in the garage. It's probably my first time in the garage this week. That is the other 5.3 that will probably go in my truck. That's the good one, the one I actually got to run and pulled it out of the Suburban. This hitch here came off of like a 2000 Suburban. I held it up to the frame on my truck, and it's almost perfect. If you would flip this flange to the other side, it would fit my frame rail perfectly. So what I'm going to do is cut the welds off both ends, take this one, put it over there, that one over there, weld it back on, put it on my truck. Man, I hope this update wasn't too scattered for y'all. I've been all over the place. No direction with it. These headers I picked up on a trade also. It looks like they were set up for maybe a twin turbo LS motor. They're not complete. They got holes in them where they haven't been finished. But I thought I might do something with them. Got them on a trade. What am I leaving out? Well, how could I forget the heads? Okay, the squirter heads. There's one, and here's another one. I took them up there to get them milled down. Figured while we're at it, we go ahead and mill them down 45 thousandths, raise the compression from 9.5 to 10.3 to 1. When I took the squirter heads up there, I thought something looked odd before I took them up there. I should have known. Found out, see, these exhaust manifold bolts are known for breaking off. Happens all the time. I didn't think too much of it. Where is it? There it is. I didn't think too much of it. Then I realized all of these bolts were broken off. Not only were they all broken off, this one here was ripped out. All the threads are gone, and as you see, the aluminum was cracked. So it looks like when this this truck was in a wreck, it ripped the exhaust manifold off this engine, which ripped this stud out of here and cracked the head. So the squirter heads were trash. Trash. So luckily I had an extra set of heads. Dropped them off today, picked them up today. That's a fresh 45 thousandths mil on a set of 862 heads that are going to go on this 5.3. Purdy. Just give it a little bit more compression, a little bit more power, a little bit more torque. And that is it. I see. Alright. If I think of something else, I'll get another video up to y'all this weekend. Right now I'm trying to get something done. I've been gone for too long. Y'all have a great weekend. Keep on wrenching.